very much.
It's funny because like I feel like the same amount of energy that I normally have on like a 7-8 o'clock recording, and it's like not even that time yet.
Yes,
like this is like right after work.
That's probably why, because there's no like stop or break.
Yeah,
it just goes right into
no buffer.
I know.
No eating, no resting prior to.
I don't
recording.
know what's worse. What's worse in this situation though?
I don't think there is one thing that's worse.
Because if there's the buffer and the eating and everything, then I'm on here and I'm just like head on the mic,
yawning every other couple seconds.
Right. Mixing at 12:30.
At least you'll be able to get it out quicker, probably now, as long as we don't talk too much.
That's what she said.
I guess that could work, yeah. I was like, that does wait. No, it does. But hell yeah, man. But I guess we'll do our normal pleasantries. How are you doing, Mr. Ant?
I'm okay. I'm breathing, Mr. Chris. You know what I mean? So
that sounds so much more dramatic than just okay. Like you can't follow I'm okay with I'm breathing, because then it sounds like something happened that's
I'd be
not
worse
good.
if I wasn't.
That is a factual statement. Yeah, that's true.
No, I'm good. I'm good. It's just, fresh off of work. So
yeah, I feel you.
I'm living.
Dude, I still can't get over. So we recorded the Sunday podcast or the Patreon podcast on Sunday. It wasn't a Sunday podcast. That'd be like some church shit. And as we finished that and finished streaming, like we're getting ready to head on up the stairs, and then like I go up the stairs and I see Trent's just standing up there, and he's just like kind of like horror movie style. Like if I hadn't like heard maybe like tiny footsteps, I would have probably jump scared a bit. And he's just there, and I'm like, yo, what's up, bud? I haven't seen you. He's like, my tooth is stuck on my other tooth.
Oh, and yeah, that was that day.
I was like, normally I don't have like as much of a hard time understanding what he's saying anymore. I'm starting to get into that room of like, plus he's also going to school more, so he's talking to people more, so I feel like it's like I'm adjusting and he's also adjusting at the same time, so we're finding this middle ground. And I was like, did I understand that? Because
you did.
I don't understand how that works, sir. But I was like, oh, that's interesting. And yeah, man,
a little bit.
Hell yeah. But dude, you went in there to like pull out the tooth because it was ready.
He had a loose tooth, yeah. Kudos
to that child for the lack of flinch that he had when you just pulled that out.
That's the second time.
Dude, as a child, I was a pussy when it came to teeth coming out. Like I just I would let it hang by a thread, literally, and do like the thing from Emperor's New Groove with the daughter who's like, and like the tooth is like flipping. Like I'd be that guy because I don't want to feel the pain. But like Dren's just like, yeah, get it, cool, thanks, and then just runs away. I'm like,
his eyes is so much on the prize. Like he's just can't wait to get the money from it.
God damn. But yeah, man,
it makes you think
I was very impressed.
Like, because I'm like, man, like when my tooth came out and I put it under my pillow, I must have been knocked out for them to go in there and put money. But at the same time, I'm like, it also made me think like I'm grown now. If someone did that, I would wake up like the fuck, like.
Yeah, 100%. No, I sleep like a fucking like a ton of bricks. So like you have to like punch me in the face to wake me up. So it made sense how it worked. But I was also like, I feel like the tooth would get lost sometimes and they just wouldn't say something. Because I'm the guy that sleeps on his side and my head, my arms like this on my pillow. So like that doesn't, like the economy of space under my pillow doesn't really work out, for a tooth to be there. Because then if I just like, I got to scratch my ass and this arm's, free, but it doesn't want to work. This one moves, pushes the tooth everywhere. I'm scratching my ass as a tooth's gone.
A lot of ass.
It's gone to the nether realm.
Well,
But yeah.
when I went to get it the one night, it took me a while to like find it under his pillow. So I'm just digging around, and like I did eventually find it, but like in my mind, I'm like, he's gonna wake up. But I'm like literally lifting his pillow. He's just like, I'm like, all right, this is easier than I thought.
As of that point, you should just throw him over your shoulder or something, just like toss him over there for the moment. Get one of those laundry racks, set it up, and just put him on there for the moment.
I threw him over my shoulder before sleep and he didn't budge, so probably would have still worked.
Nice.
How are you doing?
Man. I'm okay. Life is life, and it's a time. Yeah. Not much going on, to say the least. Work's been a lot slower as of late. I think I have not off, but I have work from home this Friday, so that's nice. So I can just relax Thursday night and
nice.
Just take it slow in the morning. Just wake up a minute before I need to clock in.
Just roll out of bed.
Literally that, and then like plug in the laptop and then just hope to God that I don't miss my clock in time. But yeah, man, it should be an easy week, hopefully. And I have D&D on Friday as well, though, so that's gonna be a thing. So I'm gonna have to leave from here to go to Lucas's place and play.
So no Figure Friday this week.
I was thinking about either doing it tomorrow if you're not streaming, or maybe Saturday. Well, I mean, if it's not tomorrow, it's Saturday. Either way, there will be a stream because fuck it. I also got some cool shit that apparently came in the mail today, but I was in here as it was delivered, so I haven't seen it yet. So there's that.
Bless you.
There's your burp of the pod, burp of the week.
I am going to stream again.
That's what you pay for.
That is what you pay for. Well, this is a free one. So, I mean, this is what you click for. But I have I'm definitely going to stream more Tunic, and I guess I'll talk more about that during the game section. But there's another game I'd like to stream, and I'm going to leave it as a surprise. So when I do it, I'm just going to put up mystery game stream whenever I do it, and I want to surprise people with what I'm streaming.
Okay.
I feel like people think it's a certain...
guess what it is?
I'm about to say, I feel like people think it's a certain game, and I think they're incorrect. But yes, go ahead.
So it's not... Is it Kirby?
No. It's not Kirby. Just to take off the obvious ones that people probably think I'm going to... It's not Elden Ring, and it's not Kirby.
So you're playing Tiny Tina's?
No, it's not that.
No. That's what I'll be playing while you're playing Kirby, though.
Can I play Tiny Tina without playing the Borderlands games? I feel like I'll be missing way too much context.
I don't know, because I feel like the Tiny Tina's game is more about just the character of Tiny Tina. Like, if you know who she is, like you just watch like a video or two of like, who is this character? And you get like the basic gist, then everything else isn't really necessarily knowledge that you need to know, because it's a D&D game in the Borderlands world. You create your own character and then you choose your class, and it's like different class setups and shit. So it's a little less in the Borderlands world, but also it's the Borderlands world. So it's a weird fine line. Apparently you can choose your voice to be Chris Sabat, who does Vegeta as one of your characters. So I might do that. Obviously Andy Samberg's in it as well too, so there's that too. But yeah, I'll be probably playing that for Figure Friday or Thursday or Saturday, whatever the fuck I play. When are you planning on streaming? Is it a today thing?
I thought about that. I'm like, should I continue Tunic today and do the mystery game Friday or whenever you're not streaming?
You could do that. Yeah, I mean, Friday is completely free now. Here's the thing.
Yeah, but
I won't be there to make clips.
Huh? Y'all be playing D&D. I don't want to do that. Y'all might want to see the game.
True. That is true. There's always the replay. But at the same time.
But, I need that live effect. I need y'all in the chat and stuff. Yeah. It's not the same. So if I were to do something Friday, it would be something that like I need to be playing. Like maybe I can pick back up either on Tunic or like Mario RPG or something like that.
All right. That works, yeah. Fuck it. We'll see what happens. Either way, there's a lot of streams this week, to say the least. We had one on Sunday. You had one yesterday. And then another one. And then maybe another one after that, too. And then I will be at the end of the week.
Pick up more of this slack, man. I need to get back into it.
Yeah. It's all good. You're playing games. That's all that matters.
I know.
Even if it's not, made into content. Just play games to play games,
Just gotta play games.
Yeah. But speaking of that, let's get into the show.
Let's get into the show. The voice of an angel. Right?
Right.
I knew you'd agree.
Hell yeah.
Level up, gamers, and welcome back once again to Save Before Quitting. I am Ant, and this is my lovely, lovely co-host. What?
I was acting like I was frozen. You said lovely, and then I was like,
for a split second, I was like, I know he's not frozen. That's Chris, the fake frozen.
Hi, I'm Chris.
He's the fake frozen.
I'm an alcoholic.
he's fake frozen. He's Sub-Zero with the wrong vest on, not the blue one.
I'm the one from the new movie.
Yeah.
The not cool Sub-Zero from the new movie.
He's fake frozen like those fake ass, like when they make porn out of the known properties. Like you're like the porn frozen Disney movie.
Mortal Kombat.
Gross. And as always, save letter B number 4 quitting on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. Titty.
Your
Titty gang. Get your limited edition titty shirts. What's
I think they're gone now.
They're gone now?
I think they might be.
I hope you got your limited edition titty shirts.
I hope so.
Yeah. Save before quitting all the way.
Wearing it.
Do it. Save before quitting all the way spelled out at gmail.com. Save before quitting all the way spelled out.com. Am I forgetting anything? Discord. Join our Discord, please. Join our Patreon. Links you can find in the description of this video. Sit down, friend. You're making me be a parent on video, and I don't like that shit.
Oh man, that was funny.
Yeah. What's going on, man? What have you been playing?
What have I been playing? I've been playing a lot, man. As far as last week on Figure Friday, we played a little bit of everything. Mm-hmm. Started off with some Counter-Strike Global Offensive, played a singular competitive game, which if you're following over on the TikTok, the only 2 clips that I could get from that game, they're there. So go check those out.
There they are.
That's it. There's 2 that were good. After that, hopped into some Rocket League with Ryan for a bit, and then hopped over to, I don't know if we played Apex. We might have played Apex on stream, but I played Apex this week, and then
y'all played Apex
as well. Okay, yeah, we did. I don't remember because it was Friday and it's Wednesday now.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, but we ended the night with some Splitgate, and that was a really fun time.
Yes.
Got you in on some of the games at the end there. Did some private lobby games. Ryan suggested we do Gun Game, which is the game that I don't lose.
No, he doesn't ever.
Yes. And it's just because of Call of Duty Black Ops 1. Legitimately. That's the reason why I'm
practice.
Yeah. Like I just played that game exclusively. Like Gun Game, that's it. But yeah, so that was fun time. Clips coming from that soon. I got to get through all the other games and stuff too.
Yeah, there's a lot of clips to make now, but
Yeah, right.
Done.
But yeah, did that. I also hopped over onto Ghost of Tsushima for about 5 minutes because I wanted to compare my trophies to Lucas, who has been no-lifing Ghost of Tsushima.
I saw.
But the issue is I have all the trophies for the PS4 version. So when I go to compare, it doesn't work because he has the PS5 version. So then I was like, fuck it. So I transferred my PS4 save over to my PS5 version, popped all of my trophies, no problem, got the platinum and everything. And yeah, I think he's like one away. And it's like the one where it's like do all the things pretty much, like the side quests. And yeah, so I did that for 5 minutes. I ran around, took a couple pictures, you know. I literally I was like doing getting all the trophies popped, and then I just like hopped into photo mode and just took a couple pictures because I was like, this is going to take a while for all these to pop. Yeah. But then mainly I've been playing WWE 2K22 because it is surprisingly fun. And I beat my first campaign in the My Rise campaign mode where I was that. I was like the good guy, the face character. So I was like doing all the right things and whatnot. And I pretty much exhausted all options of stuff that I could do. There was nothing left in that character. Like I couldn't switch brands. I couldn't do anything. I wasn't getting any new tweets. I wasn't getting any new DMs. That guy was done. I was the WWE champion and I think the United States champion as well. So I made a new My Rise career yesterday, and I made it. It's going to be my bad guy version of me. So it's going to be exclusively I'm an asshole. So I just choose all the asshole options on purpose now, no matter even if they sound terrible, because a lot of them do. And yeah, I just look like a huge asshole. I have like a flannel around my waist. I'm a previous Hollywood actor.
You just made yourself a douche.
Yeah, literally that. I come out in aviators and shit. Yeah. And I like slick back my hair in my entrance and like spray it on the crowd with like the conditioner. And yeah, so I'm having a good time so far with that new moveset and everything. But yeah, so just been doing all that. Yeah, man. I want to play more Switch games, but it's one of those things where it's like I have the option to play the Switch, but then like my PlayStation controllers are closer than the Switch is. So like I just grab it first, and like I could just reach behind and get the Switch, but like
how far by comparison is the Switch? Here we go.
About that far. That's diagonally.
Then you that's not it. You could get a Switch if you wanted a Switch.
This is also diagonal if we're talking about left to right.
So even less.
Yes. That's like because the PlayStation controllers are on top of the PlayStation on like the little dock thing, because it's like, you know, does the shape, and then the Switch is like on the other side, like right next to it. So, but here we are. Yeah,
here we are, and there they are.
I am my own problem. We know this. But yeah. Needless to say, looking forward to this Friday though, because Tiny Tina's comes out, so I might be playing that for figure Saturday or whatever day you're not streaming. And then I don't know if I want to get Kirby yet. Like
I don't know if I'm getting it immediately.
Yeah,
my backlog is already pretty fucking.
It's
stacked.
getting good reviews, to be fair. Like like the reviews are very good for it. Same thing with Tiny Tina's. But it's one of those things where it's like, I know I'm going to have a better time with Tiny Tina, even though Kirby is definitely going to be a good time too. But here we are.
This
I'm not the
other
Nintendo
game
boy.
I'm going to play. I also know I want to play that more than Kirby.
Oh, shit. Is it a new game or an old game?
No, it's older than Kirby. It doesn't come out like the same day or anything, but
it came out recently,
it's
at least?
new. Yes, it's recent.
Okay. I don't know what it is. I'm confused now. Is it an indie? Is it an indie?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I definitely don't know. Yeah. I'll just be patient because I'm not going to do 20 questions here. Because even if I get to the end of the questions, won't know.
You might, but I'd rather you just see it.
Yeah. I'll wait. Unless it's the Cowabunga collection or some shit like that,
Well,
which
no,
would be
because
funny.
everybody would know that came out.
I'll be like, really, bro?
The Discord would explode when that comes out. Like,
true. I just saw the pre-order went live, so I was like, oh yeah, it's out. But I forgot it was a pre-order, which is in the news. We'll talk about it again.
Pre-order, no date. What is that with these Turtles games and getting no date?
Bitches. But yeah, that's all I've been playing. What have you been playing at?
I played more Horizon as usual. I get my little bit of that in. And then I played Splitgate with you guys that night, which was a ton of fun. I loved dying. I loved dying a lot.
The clip where you just literally say, "End him!" after I kill you, and it was just the most rage I've ever heard from you.
Because I just died so disrespectfully.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Sorry.
But, it's okay. I know what you do in that game. So I wasn't like personally offended. You're just doing your job.
That's a good point. Yeah.
It wasn't a personal attack. I mean, it was up close and personal, but it wasn't personal, like relationship personal.
True.
Anyway, I digress. Tunic. We played Tunic on Sunday. We streamed that. Played some more Tunic last night. Streamed that. And
you had a little bit of a difficult time last night in certain areas.
That game is, first of all, it's so good. It's so good. I'm so
Would you like
sorry
to
for
repeat
everything
what you said?
I said in the Discord when they announced that it was released, like, it was okay, but it's not a game I'll go back to. It seemed, I'm like, they trying to be Zelda. It didn't really hit the bar of a Zelda game, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
In a demo, mind you.
I thought that's all I needed to get a good feel for it. Anyway, I played the whole game, and while it is it's not a Zelda clone. I mean, it aesthetically looks like a Zelda clone, but the gameplay is more like, it plays like kind of like Death's Door, but the difficulty is on some Demon Souls Jr. type game.
Literally, yeah. You're just rolling around the whole time.
You got to really pick your shots when you want to hit your enemies, etc. Like it's the fighting, like, because Zelda, you can kind of hack and slash your enemies depending on the Zelda you're playing. But the Zelda of that style, you can kind of just run up and you know, it doesn't take a lot of work. This game is like, if you do that, you're going to die. Because
a lot.
Yeah. And there's no like in games of that age, and you get hit, you kind of like do that blinking thing where you're like invincible for a second. Like, there's no invincibility frames. If somebody hits you with like rapid fire, it's just going to take all your health away and you're dead. So I'm thinking I could play it like those old games until I realized I couldn't. It's like,
My favorite part was when you paused multiple times and kept pausing, thinking that the gameplay would stop, and you had learned previously, even in the first day that we played, and then you kept doing it on the stream, and it kept going wrong, and it was very funny.
The first time, yes. The second time, I hit the wrong button. I was trying to hit the one to get the health back, but I kept hitting the other bumper to pause. So instead of getting health, I killed myself.
Nice.
But the game is so good. There's secrets everywhere. That game has a secret behind any kind of corridor, corner, under. Like, there's secrets all over the place, and so it's constantly rewarding you for looking around and being curious and going behind stuff, and that's dope. I like the little manual system they got where they don't give you all the answers, but it's very vaguely telling you what to do with things. It makes you feel good about playing it. It makes you feel smart. And it's one of those games where, like, when I'm not playing it, I kind of want to play it. I didn't want to end the stream last night, but I had to, or I was not going to get up for work this morning.
Feel that.
People were all in the chat like, okay, all right, I'm going to sleep. I'm getting off. I'm like, I guess I should probably go to bed too.
That's a sign right there.
Yeah. But I'm enjoying myself a
Oh,
lot.
yeah.
So look forward to more Tunic from me.
Dope. Awesome.
Yeah, that's it for me though.
Hell yeah. Well, getting into the news this week, we
There is
have a
something
bit.
in my eye, and it's like I'm trying to like power through it. Oh,
Got fucking Dragon Ball Z eyebrows for a second there.
Okay, let's get into it. Go ahead.
Are you sure you're good? Did you
Yeah,
need to? You need to? You know?
How you get things out of your eye?
Yeah, you know.
No, we're good.
Starting off, I'm trying to figure out when was the 15th. Was that prior to us recording? We recorded on a Sunday, right?
Yes.
So then, okay, we missed a lot. Then I'm still scrolling.
The 15th was last Tuesday.
Okay, so then we've missed a lot. Sorry, I'm still scrolling. Jesus Christ.
Awesome.
There's so much news. All right. So I guess we'll start with just talking about it happened on Thursday, but it was announced that the state of play for Hogwarts was coming. Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh, yeah, shit. We didn't talk about that.
Yeah, that was announced on the 14th and then happened on Thursday, which we'll get to that. We already talked about Mario World. We talked about the PvP. That cool. Next, Sonic 2 got its final trailer.
Yes.
Only getting more and more excited for this movie. Really can't wait to see this. I love the cast in this movie. That fucking poster that they put out. Oh, dude.
I remember saying when I was like, they need to remake the classic Genesis box art. And the fact that they did it, because I didn't expect it. Yeah. I just got on Twitter that morning and I was like, I had to put my phone down. I was like, they actually did it.
Hell yeah, man.
It looks it's such an upgrade to the original one. It looks so good. I want them to re-release Sonic 2 Remastered and make that the box art.
Release it alongside the movie or something. It'd be dope if they like did it as a print or something at like AMC or something like that. That'd be cool.
I'd like that poster.
Hell yeah. Next up, which was literally the same day that we posted this, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. It was officially announced that it's going to feature crossplay with all platforms, which is dope because we went to go play. There was a Tiny Tina's one-shot campaign.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, how was that?
It's not that great, if I'm being honest. It's not bad.
What is it? Is it still like a shooter?
Yeah, it's still the same game. It's just that in D&D there are things called one-shots where it's like a shorter version of a story, pretty much. It's imagine like the Miles Morales of the Spider-Man games. Mm-hmm. That probably around like 6 hours. We only played like 2 hours of it. It was okay. There's nothing wrong with it. It just was like there was nothing really. I didn't want to keep playing it when we were done. Let's just say
like
that.
Groundbreaking or mind-blowing or anything like that.
Like the humor was definitely there, because that's what Borderlands is pretty much about, you know. Like I think the first boss battle, it was like it spawned Tina's like she's the DM, so she's narrating all this that's happening, and she's like a giant fucking dragon shows up, and it's like the highest level dragon that you would face at the end of a game, and then like the players are just like, really, Tina? We just started playing. What are you talking about? We will never beat this thing. And then it kills us all. We all get rezzed. She's like, yeah, you're right. Okay, this boss comes out, Buckethead Fat Man. And it's just like a level 1 boss with like machine guns. So like it was good, but also I didn't want to go back to it. But that game wasn't crossplay, which was really annoying because we wanted to play with Nicole as well, because I think it was her and Ryan that brought it up about even playing it in the first place. And Nicole doesn't have a PlayStation. She's on PC, so she couldn't play. But now, with Tiny Tina's Wonderland, it is going to be crossplay across all platforms at launch. So we should be able to get a party going and play in that game.
Y'all going to make me want to get this game. I want to play with everybody.
Yeah. Looks like fun, man. The character creation looks cool as shit. I don't know why, but give me a creator wrestler type thing. I'm sold.
Did they drop a review on this game yet?
The reviews are
the
slowly coming in. Yeah,
I
the score I saw.
video.
Yeah. I haven't seen any videos on it yet. I did see a video on the next game that is in this list of news, but it wasn't that great. I don't know if you watched it or not, but we'll get to that later in the conversation. Yes. Do you have the news up as well, or do you want me to just keep reading this?
No, I'm going through it.
All right, cool.
You want to talk about that now? Or...
I mean, we can. I mean, you want to talk about the gameplay and stuff, and then we'll bring in that video that came out today.
Ghostwire Tokyo. The reviews for Ghostwire Tokyo came out. I was in the chat. It was funny because I was like, I still have no idea what this game is or what it's like. And you all sent me videos of it.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, I didn't even know this shit came out.
It came out like the day prior, to be fair. So like even I didn't know until I looked it up.
And even still, like when I see it, I'm like, I'm still, part of me is like, what's happening? Like as many times as I see the gameplay and I've watched the review now, and I'm like, I understand it more, but I don't understand it fully. And I guess what I'm getting to is nothing about this game that I keep seeing makes me want to play it.
Yeah, no, I feel that. But yeah, there was a couple videos of gameplay dropped on, what was this, the 14th and 15th? But then today, a full review from G4 and X-Play was put out with our fan favorite Adam Sessler. Needless to say, he was very lukewarm about it. I feel like that's what most of the reviews are showing as well too. It's a very lukewarm game of it doesn't know what it is as well. If you want to go check out his video on it, I would highly recommend it, just because to put into words like what he was saying, it's pretty much just a whole lot of stuff that doesn't have almost any explanation, and then you're kind of just there and that's it. And you're doing stuff because, that's it. Like, that's the reasoning. But aesthetically wise, it's gorgeous, obviously. They were saying that it's a lot of reused textures and stuff because, in theory, it's in Shibuya in Japan. So, like, it's just a lot of neon lights and then buildings. So, like, you can reuse textures. And then for the neon lights, you could just change the hue of the texture. So then it's the same one, but different. Yeah. And it takes up like, less space and it's like smaller of a game. But it doesn't look bad per se. No.
And I think that's what I keep seeing. It doesn't look bad. Every review I've seen of it, they're like, this game's not bad, but the game's not great. Like, it always gets like a middle of the road, like a 70-ish score or like a 3 out of 5 or something like that.
Yeah. One of the things that was brought up in the review was that one of the directors, or the creative directors, left in the middle of the project. It was, I forget what her name is. She was at the Game Awards. She was like, ooh, spooky.
The girl everybody liked.
Yeah. Yeah, she made her own studio now too. She's making her own game. But she left the project like halfway through. And it's funny because people are like saying like they can maybe see why maybe she left, which is kind of sad, but at the same time it's like it's not bad. It just exists, and that's fine. And here's the thing. If it's a $60 game, I'm not buying this at all personally, especially with the reviews that are coming through for it and the lackluster of it. But if it was like a $30 game or like a $40 game, I'd at least debate it, Like, I'd be like, maybe.
You need something else to put on the PlayStation to play. I think...
which, as of this point, with how many games are coming out, how?
It's crazy. I could definitely see this becoming a like $39.99 game. Yeah. Like in a month or two. Like before E3, you'll be able to get this game for cheap.
It'll be a PS Plus exclusive. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
I doubt that. Not this early, but I mean, if you
maybe not PS Plus, because they don't usually. But I was surprised when Guardians was on Game Pass already.
True, that is true. Maybe PlayStation will launch Spartacus by then, and maybe we'll get it on there. Who knows? But if you do get the game, let us know what you think in our Discord. I know that Anna is excited for it, even with all the reviews and everything that came out around that time. So looking forward to at least having some sort of perspective on it when we go when it further comes out.
I hope she get it and loves it and tells it and talks me into wanting to play it. Honestly,
that'd be nice. Yeah, I also hope she likes it, but I hope that she says it's shit, because then I don't need to spend money on it.
That's why I was angry when the Kirby and the Tiny Tina score came out.
Yeah. But next up in the news, yet again, not necessarily gaming, but in the nerd culture world, we got our first trailer for Marvel Studios' Miss Marvel with Kamala Khan, coming out June 8th on Disney Plus, a little bit after Moon Knight, and I think it's after Obi-Wan as well, or it might be in the middle of Obi-Wan. I can't remember how many episodes it's going to take, but it looks good, but then also weird for a couple reasons. First of all, it looks very Scott Pilgrim and very coming of age from the beginning of the trailer, which is cool. But then they changed her powers so that it's not her normal. Like, if you played the Avengers game, I'm sorry for your loss. But her powers are pretty much that she can like stretch, and they're called an embiggen powers, Embiggen. And she uses it to like make her fists bigger and like make her hand like a giant hand that like pushes people or whatever, and like swings and like runs fast and whatnot. And they kind of changed it to be almost like this weird energy effect that's kind of like the actual Captain Marvel. But there's a couple of homages to the OG powers where there's like a scene where she makes like an energy fist come out of her fist, which like I get it, because it's very hard to do stretchy in a movie. Like, I don't think any of them have really got them right yet.
I mean, they better get it right before they do Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, that's another thing too, with the Fantastic Four coming back in. That could be the reason that they changed their powers, is they don't want to have two stretchy people back to back, you know, and then confuse people. Because in theory, if you look at like those two, like what's the difference?
Stretchy with stretchy.
Yeah, right.
I'm leaving the theater.
Yeah, but in theory, her powers aren't that she's stretchy. Her powers are that she embiggens her stuff, as opposed to Mr. Fantastic, who's legitimately like stretchy. Yeah. So it's kind of different, but at the same time, Marvel nematodes that just go to see the movies and then don't stay during the post-credit scenes are going to be like, oh, it's the same as Mr. Fantastic, this is dumb, and then leave. So I could see why they had to change it in some sense, even though it's a TV show, so those nematodes don't really matter in the movie theater, but whatever. But yeah. Next up.
I agree. Let's see. Xbox had an indie live showcase, the ID at Xbox.
That was so long, dude.
It was.
It was painfully long.
I'm bringing this up only to ask you, did you see that game, WrestleQuest?
I didn't see any of them after the first 30 minutes. I was so bored. And I don't want to talk shit on the hosts because they were fine. But like, I just got so tired of it. I was like, I don't care anymore. I'm sorry. I'm not busy at work, and TikTok sounds a lot more entertaining right now than waiting 10 to 20 minutes for the next game reveal. Sorry.
There wasn't a lot that jumped out, but WrestleQuest, I was like, I wonder if Chris is seeing this right now.
I need to check that out. I'll have to look at it. Sorry. I was a bad video game person and chose social media over content.
Something else. Curse to Golf.
That one I did see because that was early on. I liked that one because the guy that was talking about it, like the coder or whatever, he had the attitude as if he worked at Devolver.
Mm-hmm.
And like, he's like, his father was Devolver and his mother was D-Brand. That's the way he was talking in my eyes. And I very much liked that. I was like, he's kind of a cocky asshole, but like in a good way, where he's like making fun of this game because it's golf, but also, hey, it's kind of cute. And also it's kind of dark because you're dead. And also, but like, look at how cute the sprites are, but it's also golf. Isn't that funny? And like,
it worked.
It worked really well. And I was like, this is like a mini clip game. If a mini clip game was like given steroids.
Right.
And I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it too. But I mean, that's all that really jumped out at me besides Tunic. And that was pretty much it.
Yeah. Next up, I haven't watched this trailer yet.
Neither have I. They said, I don't know much about the Dark Pictures anthology stuff. Like,
I very much enjoyed them.
Not Dark or Until Dawn and all that stuff. Like, I've never played any of that stuff.
I've never played them because I didn't have the console at the time that the games were released. So I was the YouTube boy watching every outcome that could happen. So it'd be like, oh, this is what happens if you choose this option. And then you just follow that YouTube string and whatnot. But this is called The Quarry. It has the dude from Scream, right? Isn't he the dude from Scream? He's Officer Doofy or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, whatever his name is.
Dewey in Scream, and then Doofy on
Doofy movie. Is Scary Movie. My bad. I confuse them a lot, even though they're very different. But yeah,
man.
How
it would happen though.
Yeah,
all good.
I don't know why I thought they were the same actor at the same time, like the Doofy and the whatever the other one is, the real one. But yeah, man, I love these games. I love the people behind these games, so I'm looking forward to it, and I like to see when actors pull in, because I remember with Until Dawn, it was Rami Malek, I believe. It was like the big get, and then a couple of the other cast members as well, but he's the only one I remember by name. And yeah, it's overall really cool time. Not much super like gameplay. It's kind of like a Quantic Dreams game where like it's mainly based off your choices and story and the dialogue behind them, more like a movie almost. But I dig those kind of games because every once in a while you need something to slow down a bit and not,
Yeah, I agree with that.
Do a combo, No, get them fucking combos out of here. What do you think we are, Burger King? Nah, fuck that shit.
Well said.
Yeah. Yeah, Quarry. Looks pretty good from the clips I've seen. I haven't seen the full trailer though.
Yeah, yes. I watched it. Okay. Also not video game news, but I figured it was important to announce that Amazon bought MGM Studios for $8.5 billion with a B dollars, which was just nuts. Like money wise. I guess that's not more nuts than the Activision acquisition from Microsoft, but still, it's a lot of billions these companies have.
A lot of monopolies coming out of nowhere, huh?
Seems that way.
Everything's just going to be owned by like Facebook, Amazon, and Sony and Microsoft by the end of like time. It's going to be the big four, and then one of them is going to attack another nation. Don't forget, and then there's going to lead to a war. Disney is the avatar.
Pretty much. But those who, don't like, MGM Studios is responsible for like the James Bond movies, the Hobbit movies, Rocky movies. They own all these now, all these major franchises.
Do you think that with this purchase, those franchises can now lead into Amazon games, making some sort of game franchise from some of them big boys?
There's potential for that. I just don't see how far they go without getting the help of other studios. Like, I don't think while they have these properties now, it's like if you wanted to gamify them, that's a completely different area. Like, you got the movies and that's cool. Like, what was the game that Amazon made? Didn't they make like a shooter?
I don't
something
know. I'm the shooter guy and I don't know.
They made something.
Did they?
They made a thing.
As far as we know, we don't know shit.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna look it up right now. Amazon. This is going to be hard to find. If I put Amazon game, it's just going to show me a bunch of games listed on Amazon.
Unless you look up Amazon games and then do the copyright symbol.
No, I got it. Amazon Game Studios. Oh, they did Lost Ark. They did New World is what I was thinking of.
That wasn't a shooter, was it?
I thought it was. It's an online game. I thought it was a shooter.
It's like a New Life type thing, I think.
New World, Lost Ark, Crucible, Till Morning's Light, The Grand Tour, Lost Within, Breakaway, Tales from the Deep, Tofu Fury, and the Crucible beta. Those are the only games. But the ones that are most known right now are Crucible, Lost Ark, and New World.
Yeah, Lost Ark's getting a lot of love from Nicole in the Discord as well. She's been no life in that. I don't know what it is.
Me neither.
So
I saw like a graphic of it, but
she sent me a Snapchat of like a still image, and I was like, huh.
Yes.
That sure is a thing, maybe.
That Ark sure is lost.
Sure. As far as I can tell, that's lost as I'm lost. Are you? Because I'm definitely lost.
I also happen to be an Ark.
Have you seen my arc with my 3-pointer? Man, it's definitely lost because it's a brick.
It. It's nowhere.
Yeah, it's not going in.
So,
basketball,
sports. If I don't know, like they would, unless they make all these games in these properties like Lost Ark, they would need some help from the outside.
Yeah. I could see a James Bond game, but I don't know how it would be like.
They're Amazon. They have $1 million bajillion. I'm sure they could also acquire game companies to come in and make these games.
100%. But in between the next news stories is when the Hogwarts thing happened. The Hogwarts Legacy PlayStation Direct. This looked a lot better than I think everyone was expecting. It's a single-player RPG type game in which you are a student at Hogwarts, and this is like early, like way before the actual Harry Potter timeline. I think it's like 1800s. I think they said.
Yeah, I heard you say 18 something.
Yeah, so it's way earlier. But you got all of the aspects of the game. You can interact with different characters. You can make different friendships with different characters as well. They introduce like specific people that you can befriend. You get sorted to your house and whatnot. Looks like you can ride a broom to get around this open world area as well, which looks really cool. And then spell fighting. The only thing that I feel like is going to get annoying over time with the spells is that with the gameplay portion, they kept saying the name of the spell because, it's Harry Potter.
Right.
That's going to get old fast.
Super fast.
Like, just saying the same shit over and over. Like, it reminds me a lot of Kingdom Hearts where, like, like he would say like the different spells and shit when he would use them. Yeah, it's just annoying. Yeah. But and then Goofy in the back like Sora with his shield. I can't do Donald, so that was impressive.
That was the first time I ever tried to do a Donald impression.
It was pretty good, I'm not gonna lie.
Disney, what's up?
What's up, voice? Bitch?
What's going on?
But yeah, man, I don't know. I like the way it looks. They did do some sort of tease that you could almost kind of maybe be evil because he did the Avada Kedavra spell, which is like the new TikTok meme. If you haven't seen it, it's great. It's a good meme. Like the new trend is you go and you like pick up something tiny. So it's like, what's on my desk that is tiny? So like you like pick up this little Star Wars gun. And like you pick it up, and then at the end of the video goes like does like the spell, and that's the thing. It's funny if you see it. You have to be there. You have to be on. I had to be there. You have to be on it. It's funny. But yeah, man. So it looks cool. I like it. I like the look of it. I picked it in my fantasy draft to be a good game, and let's just say somebody counterpicked it, and they're quaking in their boots because of how good it looked. Get wrecked.
Chris feeling good about that.
Yeah. To be fair, I have had 2 games counterpicked on my list so far. One was WWE. That got good scores, and that made the person lose points. And now Hogwarts, which also looks good. Not coming out till the end of the year, but
I know one thing.
In boots.
It better be good. It looks good.
Yeah.
It also, to me, didn't look finished.
Oh, no, not in the least bit.
So it's
they have a whole year, to be fair, like a half a year rather.
Yeah, so it's almost like I hope what we saw was an earlier build.
Yeah,
and then by the time it comes out, it's a little cleaned up. Because while the gameplay looks intriguing, I think that it was kind of choppy-ish. It didn't look like it was smooth.
Yeah,
and I'm like, it's just giving me like early PS4, PS3, 360 vibes looking at it. I mean, it looked better than that, but it didn't look like next gen, and it looked like now.
I feel that. Yeah,
I didn't think it looked bad though. It's more so me just saying I'm interested to see how it develops even more.
Same here. But yeah, so Hogwarts looks okay, pretty good, kinda, maybe.
Oh, it definitely looks like a game that people just lose hours and hours and hours in.
I will say my one thing,
Bully with magic.
I like that.
That's what it looked like.
That's actually pretty good comparison. But my one thing was like, I thought that it was a MMORPG. Like when they first announced it,
I was definitely surprised that it's single player. I was like, I thought,
like you would think multiplayer. You are at Hogwarts and you can be a student with your friends across the world and be in the same class. Yeah. Like do a little side. It's like RuneScape, but Harry Potter. Like that would be cool. But single player is fine too. I'm not mad. At least they're not promising multiplayer and then making it exclusively single player.
True.
But next up, what did CLD post?
Next up is a new Tekken Bloodline. It's a Tekken. Is it a show or a movie?
It says Netflix, so
I'm guessing
it could be either.
It could be either, yeah. Tekken anime coming to Netflix. Looks pretty good. As everybody knows my philosophy, I think all video game.
It's a series, by the way.
Yeah, okay, cool. I think all video game property, like TV, should be anime. To me, I just think it just works well with that style.
I agree.
So, I mean, trailer looked neat. I might check it out.
Hell yeah. If it's on Netflix, I'll check it out just because I need new shit to watch while sitting in a cubicle. But next up, we got our review of the Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga from IGN. The video was pretty fucking good, honestly. Gave it nothing but praise for what it is. While it's reinventing the wheel, but not in the most amazing way, pretty much for this series. It's add a lot for you. The new combo system is great. Apparently, the AI learns from how you do melee combat, according to this. So, like, you can't just spam the same button over and over and over again, because at a certain point, whoever you're fighting, if it's like a lightsaber fight or something, they will realize, oh, he's spamming X, and then we'll block accordingly.
Right.
But looks really cool. The shooting looks great. The different characters, the amount of characters, the amount of dialogue that's in there. The voice acting looks great as well too, which I'm glad, because sometimes Lego can be a little too bad and like corny as fuck. But I feel like it's like the right amount of corny to be still entertaining. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, I will be getting that day one. I pre-ordered the deluxe edition from Best Buy because you get a steelbook that is Han Solo and Carbonite, but it's the Lego version of him and Carbonite. So it's pretty neat.
Pretty neat. I saw this and I was like, this looks way better than any Lego game.
Yeah.
Period.
It makes me excited for future Lego games too, because I know the Marvel ones always do good every single time they come out, and same thing with the DC ones. So like, just imagine the next one of those on this engine, running with like the first person guns and then the melee with combos and shit. That's going to be next level.
When I saw, not just when I saw this, but when they came out with that Mario Lego set, I was like, I'm surprised there isn't a Lego Mario. And I was like, why don't they make that? And they should pitch it as like the new Paper Mario. And at the last minute, the word paper comes down and these bricks come down and say Lego. And now it's Lego cool. Mario. Nintendo, like pay me.
Or just send us to your new land.
Yeah, for free.
Both are good. Both are fine. All expense paid, please. Thank you. Yeah.
Here we go.
But next up.
Next. PlayStation acquires Haven Studios. And at first I saw this and was like, who? But I knew I heard that name before. And because recently PlayStation or Sony said that they were already working on a new PlayStation exclusive with Haven Studios. And I had to kind of research a little bit, but Haven was founded in 2021. Again, they're currently working on an unannounced PlayStation game. The founder of the studio is Jade Raymond, who used to work at Ubisoft and EA. She helped create Assassin's Creed and the Watch Dogs franchise. So with that pedigree, I feel like smart move by PlayStation, and it's kind of under the radar because they were already pretty much in cahoots with PlayStation anyway.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So they pretty much just made it official. Mm-hmm. Made Haven Studios an honest woman, and
did the paperwork.
Yeah. So interested to see what comes from them.
Yeah,
I think it should be dope.
Hell yeah. Next up, we got an announcement that a new Witcher game is in development under the Unreal 5 engine over from the folks at CD Projekt Red, which I don't know if you saw it over on Twitter. Josh was like, I do not trust these motherfuckers at all.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, he kind of went off, and I was like, okay. But it was very much just saying,
Josh is passionate.
Yeah, he's very passionate. When it came to Cyberpunk, it was a big letdown when it came time for all of the game to come out and what it was. And it's better now, which is fine. But like when it came out, it was inexcusable. And he's like, you guys need to take all the time in the world, go away, go on like a retreat, come back in 6 years with the game, then maybe I'll give you a chance. Yeah, honestly. He's like, I'll give you a chance in like 6 years. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I've never played a Witcher personally.
Me neither.
I love the show, but that's about all I've got for Witcher love. But
things about 3. Never played it. I gotta.
Yeah, it's just too big of a game. It's like Skyrim third person.
I ain't got that kind of time. I have to get that shit on Steam Deck.
Yeah, right. I mean, that'd be a good idea.
Just to have something to like veg out on the couch with.
Hell yeah. But yeah, this new Witcher game will kick off a new saga for the franchise. As for their switch to UE5, it appears that CD Projekt Red is working very closely with Epic in order to get that sorted out. Yeah. Nothing besides just the fact that it's happening. That's pretty much the news.
Yep.
Next. We're getting close to the end. Holy shit. Who would have thought?
I feel like we had a lot of news, but a lot of news was like headlines and quick news and things like that.
I had to scroll so much. We talk too much in this Discord. What the fuck, guys?
I know. Who do people think they are? Engaging.
I know, right?
And by those people, I mean us. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Cowboy collection. The pre-order links went out for PS4, 5, Xbox, and Switch. So, if you would like to pre-order that, $39.99. Pre-orders are up.
Are you getting this?
Yeah, I'm getting it on a portable. I guess I'm going to get it on Switch because I don't see PC on here, even though I'm positive this is going to be on PC or Steam or something like that. So I'll probably get the Switch one. Which
game out of all of them on there are you playing first when you open the game?
Turtles in Time, of course. Even that's to me, that's the best Turtles game ever.
I feel that.
So
we need a new Turtles game besides like the Shredder's Revenge, I think. Like an actual Turtles game, like
they tried twice and they didn't do well.
Really?
The third person ones, the ones that
I don't remember them at all.
What was it called? Into the Shadows or something like that?
That just sounds dumb. Sorry.
It looked great. Like when they were first showing the game, I was like, this, you already know how I feel about Turtles. I'm like, yes. But it came out and it just got bad reviews. I never played it myself, so I don't want to sit here and say the game was shit. But yeah, the internet didn't like it. I watched some videos of it. It does look very... The art style is nice. The gameplay looks very repetitive. It leaves a lot to be desired, I should say.
I feel that. But yeah, it looks cool. No release date yet still though, right? So
they don't give
patiently waiting. Next up, Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed randomly came out of nowhere yesterday, dropping a full trailer including gameplay, Voiceover work from both Dan Aykroyd and I can never remember his name.
I don't know. Did you watch this trailer?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, good, because I posted this and didn't watch it.
Jesus Christ. I always forget the name. Ernie Hudson. I didn't even have to look it up. I swear. But had voiceover work from both of them on there. It's a lot like Back 4 Blood, and what was the game that was based on? Left 4 Dead, right? Very Left 4 Dead, Back 4 Blood style, but you're hunting ghosts as Ghostbusters. You're taking over the mantle after the 4 old men are done, which is cool. It kind of, I don't know if did you see the new movie?
No, I want to though. I didn't see it.
It was very good. I almost cried in it. It's that good.
I'm going to see it.
You need to. It's been out for God knows how long, so you could see it on digital probably, no problem. But yeah, pretty much you can play as the 4 Ghostbusters. You get all the traps, all the technology. You get the neutrino wands, I think they're called. Neutrino or neutrono. The thing that shoot the beams.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I had the name right, but here we are. You play as them, and then there was a little bit of a twist at the end in which Dan Aykroyd starts talking, and his character in the movies, after they retire, and it's in this new movie as well. He's like at a supernatural bookstore, and that's where he works pretty much. And he's like, oh, so you want to play as the ghost? Well, don't you know that you can do this type of thing now, blah, 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 and introduces this whole thing where now you can play as the ghost and win the game against your friends. So it's kind of like that horror game, Dead by Daylight, where you got the killers, but you're taking down the Ghostbusters, or they're taking you down depending on how well you play, which is really cool. I like it. It's very well narrated, I would say, because Ernie Hudson takes the most of the trailer until Dan Aykroyd comes in with you want to play as the ghost? I'm a crazy old man. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. I
gotta watch this trailer when you finish this.
It does have a Q4 of this year estimated date for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. Yeah, man, it looks good.
Nice.
That's all I could say. It looks good, and I like it. But
that should be a fun game.
The only thing that I'm hesitant about is that, so it's made by the people who made Friday the 13th, which is a good game, I believe. People like that one. But they also made Predator Hunting Grounds. And that game
was a game.
That game sucks so fucking bad. It is so terrible. It is probably
you played it?
I played it with Ryan. We did one round, and it's the same concept where it's the ghost is the predator, and there's 4 people with guns. But then the 4 people with guns on the ground, you're not only just hunting the predator, you're doing a mission with people in Uganda and shit, and you're just killing people that are trying to blow up places or whatever, other armies, and then the predator is just there. It's they took Left 4 Dead or Back 4 Blood, took out the zombies, and we're okay, now we're doing a war game. And then they were what if we just drop the predator in? That's it. That's the game.
Go nuts.
Yeah, and the gameplay sucks. The shooting is terrible. The controls for the predator was terrible. You have to jump from treetops, and they're not really that well made. So I'm hopeful for this game because it's on the ground, at least.
You can't get it right on the ground. What can you do?
Yeah. But that is one reason why I'm hesitant. But I know Friday the 13th is their more popular game, and they could do this well. Hopefully, we'll see.
We shall. And wait, before I get to the last news story, I forgot one thing. Where is it? Xbox reveals furry Sonic the Hedgehog 2 controllers.
I forgot.
Why? Those controllers are going to be gross. Like after a month or two.
So how many did you pre-order?
All of them. No, I didn't.
See, the sad part is I could see you at least getting the blue one.
I can't I can't justify it. I'm looking at it. I'm like, that's the novelty of it is going to wear off so fast. It's going to like, I don't even look at this as Sonic.
But what if it's really soft though?
I'm just thinking of all the sweat build up on them things over time. And
You're not gonna have that much. How often do you play that?
listen, then it gets
You don't
dusty.
play Xbox a lot.
That means it'll get dusty, and I'll have to get a little vacuum and vacuum it.
No, you just put it in the case, the glass case area, and then guess what? Dust don't get in there. Airtight.
But it's like, does I don't know. I want to see one of them in person. I wonder how much they are.
Probably like I would hope a regular controller price. If not,
I feel like they're going to be more expensive.
I would. That's insane. I forgot that they existed.
The prices came up yet. Hold on.
Live pre-order on the podcast.
I'm not going to pre-order these, I promise.
They're a total of $30 together, pre-ordered.
Go
They're
fast. Furry Sonic the Hedgehog controller alert. A blog. Sonic console. The Sonic console and control. There's a console too.
Is it also furry?
No, it's a black Xbox Series S, and the little like speaker thing on the top is like a ring.
Okay,
and
so that's cool.
And it's Sonic and Knuckles under it, like going at each other.
That's really cool.
The Sonic console and controllers won't be generally available to the public, but given away as part of an Enter to Win sweepstakes. To enter, people who need a blue furry Xbox controller in their life must go to the Xbox Twitter page and retweet a promotional post with the hashtag Xbox Sonic 2 sweepstakes, or cash in Microsoft reward points on a raffle ticket. Participants must
doing that?
Participants must live in the legal resident in a territory that supports Xbox Live. Submissions for the sweepstakes ends at 11 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesday, April 30th. Go fast.
That's really not. There's no reason to go fast because that's a really long campaign.
Yes.
But yeah, keep an eye out for Ant's retweet.
Yeah, keep an eye out. I think that how much do you think whoever gets some of these controllers are going to resell them for, since you can't buy them?
How much is a regular Xbox?
I don't know, $70-$80. However much the PlayStation ones are, they're pretty much the same price.
No, like the X, because it's the bundle. That how much is the Xbox?
Oh, the Series S.
Yeah, I don't know.
$400 or $300. I forgot. Hold on.
And then
let me
the
get you
controllers are like 70. I would say resellers are going to try and sell the controllers by themselves for $200.
$300 is for the system.
Yeah, $200 for the controllers. That's going to be both together. And then the whole bundle, if there's like multiple given out and it's not just like a one and done, at least 1,000, just because eBay prices are insane. And plus it's an exclusive console. Yeah. Those are rare-ish, kind of. But yeah.
This is going to be one of those things where by the time the next set of consoles is out, you're going to go on eBay and see never opened in box Sonic 2 promotional system and controllers. It's like, it'd be like $3,000.
And then you'll buy it.
We better be doing really good on this show.
Subscribe to the Patreon. No, I'm just kidding. We're not using our money for that.
I'll buy it if y'all make us thousandaires.
Thousandaires. But next up and last in the news, a confirmation that we already knew the Suicide Squad was delayed till 2023. We just got confirmation today that is delayed to specifically spring of 2023. So it's a little bit earlier in the year as opposed to later or summer, So at least we know that it's coming pretty much at the beginning of next year. Yeah. That's all we have for the news.
That game looks like, every time I see it, it looks like it's going to be really fun.
I hope so. If not, I won't care, to be honest. If it's not good and like the reviews are bad as it like comes out, guess who's not buying it? Me. And guess who's buying a different game? Because there's probably like 80 others that are going to be released in that same day. Me. But yeah, man, that's the news we got for today. In the question sections, we only have one question, and I'm pretty sure neither of us are able to answer this question. From Quite Frankly, and he's asking us, what do we think of the new Mario tracks?
Yeah, I haven't even touched that shit.
I don't own the service that would give me that or the game.
Wait, I thought you owned the game.
I had Ryan's the one time we played, and then I was gonna buy the game, but didn't. Just didn't, sadly.
I mean, from what I've seen, like pictures of them, I mean, they don't look bad. The people complaining about them say they didn't do them justice. They did like a lazy job remastering those tracks.
I mean, it's Nintendo. That's what they do.
True.
They just
Especially
fucking
when
like
it comes to Mario.
Yeah, like they'll make it a little bit better, repackage it with a nice bow, tell you that it's a special edition, and then sell it to you for double the price that it came out in the original year.
And we'll all buy it.
You bet your ass. Except for me.
I will. I'm a slave to Nintendo.
That's why he's going to be buying those controllers for $1,000.
That's not Nintendo.
Sega and Nintendo are pretty much
no, they're not
butt buddies.
No. Sonic and Nintendo. Sega and Nintendo, they work well with Sonic because Sonic is another mascot. If I was Nintendo, I would not like try to acquire Sega if the opportunity came. I would try to like buy the Sonic property. I feel like they'd way more money in that than buying the whole company.
True. Well,
sorry, Frankie. We didn't have any one-on-one time with those tracks.
It's all good. Maybe we will Sunday when we go to record. Actually, no, because we're going to. So Sunday, the 27th, is when we're going to do our next live podcast.
Yeah, surprise.
For the Patreon podcast people, which we haven't put in the Discord yet. I'm just now realizing. But it will be in the Discord prior to this episode being up, that the 27th will be our next live podcast on Twitch. If you are a member of the Patreon, patreon.com/savebeforequitting, and you are among the collector's edition tier, you can hop on. We use this thing called Grid Fam, which uses your Twitter. So if you have a Twitter, just link the Twitter to it, and then you'll hop into a call. And pretty much right after we're done doing the news section, if there's any new news that happens between today, which is Wednesday, and Sunday, we'll just go through that, and then we'll take y'all's questions live on the air. And y'all will be live and in living color on twitch.tv and YouTube. But yeah.
Can't wait.
Hell yeah. Another Patreon podcast. This is the second official Patreon live podcast. We have 4 podcasts up currently over on the Patreon that are 4 exclusive episodes extra. If you like the what we talk about games, guess what? We don't do that there.
Yeah, I mean, we dance around games a little bit, but
sometimes,
yeah.
Episode 3 we definitely did because we didn't record the regular podcast yet, so we were starting to talk about games, and we're like, pause.
Man, we can't be friends whether it's games or not without microphones around.
True. It was just one of those things where it's like, we just talk about games naturally for funsies, and then like, oh, we do this for content on like a different day. Shit, now we got to say it all over again and act like it's the first time we're hearing it.
You know what conversation we didn't bring to the show was the Chuck E. Cheese conversation.
What was the Chuck E. Cheese conversation?
We were talking about, we should bring it to the Patreon one, but the one Charles Entertainment Cheese, and then it rolled into.
Wasn't that in the other Discord though?
It was.
Oh.
But I was like, man, everything is we should return. This is a pod conversation. And then you put up the Chuck E. Cheese gift like you want it. You got it.
Yeah. God damn it. Chuck E. Cheese was lit, man.
It was. It was just for people listening. It was a conversation that started with Chuck E. Cheese and ended in porn somehow.
Yeah. That's how the friend group that we have normally goes. It's either like it starts wholesome or like, hey, this is a thing. And then it just ends up in like, but can you fuck it? Pretty much.
Oh, it started because you put up the food places, 2 truths and a lie.
Oh yeah, I was ordering Indian at work. I typed in the word Indian, and then I was like, I would like some chicken tikka masala. And then I fucking look at option 1. I'm like, yeah, price is a little pricey. Option 2, I'm like, never heard of it. Option 3, Chuck E. Cheese. And I'm like, is this sponsored? And there's not the sponsored thing. And I even scrolled farther down, and there was like a McDonald's one as well, but that one actually had the sponsored thing. So I was like, so that means you actually put Chuck E. Cheese in my search result for Indian.
Yep. Then I put under it, I like my homie Charles Entertainment Cheese, Young Entertainment with the hot slices. And then Nicole said, you're making him sound way cooler than he actually is. To which I responded, they need to let me remaster Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese has been remastered 3 times. He doesn't need to be remastered again. He needs to die.
And Nicole said later, Charles Entertainment Cheese sounds like a questionable porn star name. And from there, this combo went places.
Yep. And then as usual, Trevor came in at the very end like, the fuck? And I was like, this is where it stemmed from, Trevor, just so you know. So that's where we are in life. But yeah, I guess that's the podcast. Since we don't have any questions, we'll end it there. We'll do our little shilly porn, and then we'll get out of here earlier so that Aunt can actually have dinner at a reasonable time.
Maybe we'll all go to bed on time tonight.
Maybe. Probably not, but maybe.
Not, yeah. Even when I have the time to, I don't.
Exactly. But you guys can follow us at savebeforequitting over on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and here on YouTube for the video version of the podcast every Friday.
Get that titty.
Get that titty. And you can also shoot us an email, savebeforequitting, fully spelled out, at gmail.com if you would like to say anything to us, if you'd like to shoot us a sponsor, if you'd like us to shout out your stuff and give us a little change, we'll shout your shit out. That's a thing, right? That's how ads work. And then also savebeforequitting, fully spelled out.com, where you can see our Twitch stream, our schedule, our Twitter feed, and also the merch store where you can pick up merch that says our logo on it. I don't think the Titty Gang is available still, but maybe it'll come back in a different day, in a different variant, maybe in the future. Perhaps. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe if the Titty Gang is clamored for, maybe there'll be more Titty Gang. But for now,
you want
the
titties,
exclusive.
You got them.
There you go. There they are. But yeah, thanks you guys for listening. Appreciate you guys very much. And just make sure to always save before quitting. And we'll see you on Sunday.
Peace. Peace, 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 peace.
Bye. Nice. Now I can eat dinner because I'm dying.
Nice, like a 69 with Chuck E. Cheese. The Chuck E. Cheese 69 is not actually a 69. It's just him laying next to you, feeding you pizza.
But is it still in the position of a 69?
No,
so is he like?
It's not an actual 69.
Is he using his tail to like? Does Chuck E. Cheese have a tail? He's a rat or a mouse,
he
right?
Has a tail. It's really
Does he though?
It's just really you eating pizza off of his ass.
I don't think Chuck E. Cheese has a tail until the most recent one where he looks weird. Where he looks like actually like a mouse. Then he's like the 3D animated one, remember? Because the one that I sent the gif of, no tail, just dude with mouse head. And then the previous one was just the mascot itself.
I always thought he had like a gross looking tail.
No. I don't think so.
Someone's gonna.
I don't think so.
Someone's gonna find him with a tail.
What was up with those fucking weirdos they would play music with?
don't know. What were their
It's like
names?
I don't know
They
what their
had
names were, but there's a pizza chef that played drums. There was a
Grimace.
Yeah, a ripoff of Grimace that played the keytar.
Yes, I don't remember.
He was either the keytar or he was just like a piano, I think. And then the bird that was disgusting.
Gross.
And she played guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And then Chucky.
Doing that Chucky thing that he does.
That was also funny to me as a kid when you go to a birthday party for Chuck E. Cheese and like there'd be like the animatronics up front. And it's like, cool, yeah, you know, you're a kid, whatever. That's cool. That's Chucky. Mm-hmm. But then like they wouldn't close the curtains yet. And then Chucky would come out in the mascot suit. And I'm like,
he's right there though.
Well, there goes my motherfucking immersion. Thank you, Mr. Entertainment. I'm not anymore.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
You ruined it.
Even as a kid, I'm like, something's not right.
Yeah, it was bad. And then also, I remember when they switched from like games being a certain amount of tokens to every game being one token. Remember that? That was like a big deal. It was like games used to be like maybe upwards of 5 tokens for different games. Mm-hmm. And then at some point, the whole entire advertising campaign switched to now every game, one token.
I remember this, but I wasn't going to Chuck E. Cheese anymore by the time this happened. I think
you were married by then.
Shut the fuck up. That would mean you went to Chuck E. Cheese last year.
I went to Chuck E. Cheese in high school.
I mean, that's valid. I went into a Chuck E. Cheese like 10 years ago.
But you had a child or no? Were you with children or like for a child purpose? Or you were just like...
I went because the boss, my previous boss at my job, his kid was in there. And we just happened to be going past it because I'm in my 20s and I ain't doing shit. So, of course, you know how you want to be random and stupid when you're young. It's like, let's just go and go to Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, fuck it.
We just went into Chuck E. Cheese and just ate pizza.
My favorite part about that story is that about halfway through, I realized that you still have microphone 2 plugged in. And I heard, from Trenton.
Man. And it's muted. That microphone is muted, which is wild. That means he's just loud.
Are you sure? Because it sounded like he was like in it.
At one point, he was like right here. That's why.
Okay. It sounded like he was like in the mic, like there.
So people viewing this version of the podcast on YouTube, I'm like, if you keep seeing me do this and it's because this kid is in the room.
Just karate chop action.
Doing things, yeah.
This is the longest post intro I think we've had. Look at that.
It is. People won't know the Chuck E. Cheese info.
True. We'll talk more about that on the Patreon podcast. Maybe.
Yeah. The word. We got to a point where we were talking about cum in relation to Chuck E. Cheese.
That's where you end it. I think that's where we end it.
Yeah. I have to go eat for still. A Patreon teaser.
I've lost all the entertainment.
Not the cheese, which is the cum.
I'm done.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, God damn it.